It's always the damn Westerner and their stupid rules that is destroying the gaming industry. Hello there, how's your day? I'm Ame Gakita. Before I start today's random chat, understand that this will be the voice I'll be using. My voice is not working as intended due to some sore throat, so I hope you guys can understand that. But yeah, today's random chat, as you guys can definitely hear from the first line, is that yes, I'm talking about the Westerner with their damn rules, but actually most of I'm not bringing all my Westerner fan or Westerner viewers along the line. Do you understand that it's always that when people always use the word, oh, it's the damn Westerner? Yeah, I feel like it's really at this point of time, anyone can just blame the Westerner for every single thing. Oh, it's the damn Westerner that won't appear. Oh, it's the damn Westerner that the DI appear. Oh, it's always the damn Westerner that this and that whatsoever. But yeah, at this point of time, it's just gonna be a mean or excuse, and I'm not blaming anyone for coming up with this kind of line of talk, because if anyone from the Western do understand, yeah, it's always the damn Westerner. Even though it was also the damn Westerner we come up with the damn internet at this point of time, or the cartoon that actually lead to anime at this point of time. And I mean, it's true though, anime actually did came from cartoon, which came from Western, which is mainly Disney. So if anyone want to blame Japanese anime for being too whatsoever, right? Yeah, blame Disney for coming out with cartoon first for that lead to animation. That's how I learned in Japan. So the thing is, right, when I actually look at a lot of things, that why I always say it's the damn Westerner that lead to that start, it's actually more so that we have to look into a simple context, which is basically in Tokyo Game Show in 2024, just recently, they actually asked the creator of Dragon Quest why there was some issue that led to a lot of backlash. And the funny thing is, right, the game creator themselves actually just say that, hey, we also agree with the fan. And I was like, wow, wasn't expecting that. So what actually, like, understanding the full detail is just basically that they actually just outright say it wasn't their idea, that they decided to so-called add some sort of some sort of skin hiding or reduce the exposure of a game character in their current quest, the Dragon Quest, sorry. And they actually outright just said it, that it was that they have to follow the rule of every country, which is basically compiling with their stricter regulation. And it was apparently the Western side. I mean, like, Eastern side, they will be saying, oh, that's fine, the character can just go with this and that. Because if Brave Me Wukong can come out with character like that, or Stellar Break can come out with game like that by Nikkei, or even Nikkei like that, it's like, why can't the Japanese do that? It's obviously China can do it, South Korea can do it, obviously Japan can do it. I mean, Japan's been doing it for quite a long while. The only issue with all this from the get-go is that it's always the one that is making the loudest noise is always apparently from the Western side. It can be from the Canada, it can be from the US, it can be from anywhere that is basically basically not the Asia area, and basically that is the Westerner. So when you think about it, right, it's always kind of like get me really wondering, like, I always have this kind of understanding that probably it was always the Westerner. And I mean, like, sure, everyone will be saying that, oh, isn't that it may be the SBI, the Sweet Baby Inc., the DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusive, as well as the woke, which is basically everyone just woke up understanding the whole damn issue. Well, I always have the understanding that there is something deeper, which I will talk about it later. But it's actually those few things that we see, it's just they are just only the tip of the iceberg. They just only kind of like been surfaced out of the deep water that people start realizing it. Because global warming melt the ice, and now they surface to the water, and the water just spread by all those dirty stuff now by now. Which is the reason why I always feel like, yeah, people may be blaming DEI, maybe blaming the SBI, but to me, one of the things I always say, always blame the Westerner, because blaming the Westerner is always the best way to go, apparently. But when you think about it, right, when there is like cases of in like the interview themselves indicating like it was it was not about why they don't want to release to the global. Like a lot of old Japanese game, why a lot of people always like, why is there only Japanese game in the past that is only only released in Japan but not to the Westerner? There is the simple rules. It's censorship, which they put it in a very vile way. Exposure of skin. Yeah, actually, you guys might not be aware, but actually, this remake of Dragon Quest 3, right, it is actually one of the reasons why I believe the creator more, and I always it kind of solidified my understanding of the rule that caused the whole ordeal. It wasn't just the Sweet Baby in with their oh, let's make the character ugly or whatever along the line. That is just only the tip of the eyes, but it's not always. Like, I'm not saying that they are not at fault, okay, don't get me wrong. I'm saying that it's the damn Western rule that you guys said, which is basically the censorship. I know some people will be laughing at China with their own censorship because, like, apparently China can't have fanboy or they can't have people in swimsuit along the line. Where is, yeah, you can laugh at them, but when you have the Westerner that is not as innocent as you guys think, yeah, they just tell a lot of story at this point of time. So the thing is, right, censorship was always the issue, which is the reason why a lot of games from Japan never get up to be released to the global, never get released to the Western. It's always the Western say that, oh, this game is apparently, oh, this character released too many skin, we must make it R18. The girl have mousy boot, R18. The girl is wearing bikini, R18. In Japan, this sort of game is released to the public. There's no age restriction. The only game that always get age restriction is only when they have actual sex, actual porn in the game. And a lot of light novel, virtual novel that contain hentai, or game that in like kind of indicate towards that kind of thing, they will get hit with the R18 in Japan, and I can 100% confirm with that. But any games like Dead or Alive or character with sexy body along the line, they get released to the public, so young children can play the game. Because if you guys think about it, right, the game is like a beach. If a person want to go to the beach, by all means go ahead. If an old man want to go to the beach, by all means go ahead. If an old lady want to go to the beach again, by all means go ahead. It's the same thing. That means that young children always get into the beach. And telling them to say that, hey, you can't go to the beach, it's like, what the heck? It's really back to the point that why would they want to put censorship on a public place? Like, it's just telling that, hey, young child, you can't go to the beach, right? Because there is a lot of sexy lady along the line. Like, what? I've been using the beach as the metaphors for a lot of situations, like when they say that, oh, there is no real pretty lady along the line. Yeah, they've never been to the beach, they've never been to the gym, they've never been to look at other surrounding. Maybe they was looking at their own phone, looking at how all the ugly people on the phone are, and they ever think about it. But hey, that's basically how it is in my mind when I think about them at this point of time. And the only issue is that it's always like when they say that, oh, when you want to cater to the global audience, yeah, what global audience? I think it's just a damn Westerner. You don't represent the whole global world, right? Just because you are just the USA doesn't mean any at this point of time, right? So it's always them saying that they are the US, they have every company have to listen to them. That actually made me really wonder, like, I think at this point of time, it's fair to say that we should not just be look at SBS or the world or DI, whatever that is. We should be looking at something deeper. The deeper issue in the one and who is the one that caused the whole censorship in the first damn place. Because if this rule was never been set in, then I don't think SBS would have actually existed in the first place. I mean, like, sure, maybe Sunstreet Baby Inc. would love to have that rule be pasted all over the world and say that they're gonna make the game industry burn to the ground along the line. Yeah, they admitted it themselves, right? And me just saying that, alright. So the thing is, right, if people saying that it's the SPS trying to say that, hey, we should be, we are right all along, and that is the only point that I'll be agreeing with them. It's basically that they are just only going further. They already existed who know how long when. They never were created from the first place. It was there all along. It's just that they just add in their ideology, their agenda a little bit and modified it, and that became the SPS or DEI or what at this point of time. It's like, I mean, like, sure, if you don't want a young little boy to learn the wrong stuff, you don't want them to be horny at a young age, then the best way is just don't let them get near to that kind of thing. If they get near, you have to teach them, educate them. There's the reason why sex education always been a thing. But just trying to force people to go against it, it's just crazy. And even the creator of Dragon Quest themselves was thinking that it's outright stupid. And the funny thing is, right, some people think that, oh, hey, the creator are agreeing with us, and just show that those people are just idiotic, thinking that the creator were agreeing with them, when it was actually from the first place the creator in the video. Even when I was hearing from the Japanese tune, they find it very stupid. They say that they have to cater to the Westerner for it. And the last time I checked, I'm pretty sure the modern audience don't even make up 1% at this point of time. I'm sure they will say, oh, there's only 4% or 5%. Yeah. What about other 90%? Are they actually assistant or non-assistant? Are they inclusive or not inclusive? If they say otherwise, yeah, very inclusive for DI, very inclusive. So yeah, well, I can be as sarcastic as many times as I can. The only thing is, right, at the end of the day, we should always sit down and think, so who should we actually be targeting all along? It's not just Sweet Baby Inc. It's just not the DEI issue in gaming. It's always that, I mean, like, sure, SBI with their mafia tactic on game company is a POS, but when we think about it, right, it's always back to the point that maybe we should be looking deeper. I think it's the censorship. Because censorship work for different countries. Some countries don't want it to be too yabai. I mean, like in Malaysia, from what I'm aware, or even Indonesia, they don't want people to too expose, because if it's girls, yeah, definitely no. But even so, right, even in the current era, you can't change people's era. You can't change the time. People always move with the time. I'm seeing a lot of modern audience, which they want to do, they are way more modern looking than the traditional one. So sure, I mean, like, there may be people saying that, hey, we must follow the tradition. If they have to follow the whole damn tradition, you'll be looking at every girls in Malaysia or Indonesia wearing not a t-shirt or a short pants or long jeans along the line. They will be covered like how the Saudi Arabia would be, covered from top to tails, because it's to prevent guys from getting too horny at pretty girls. That is the sin of lust. LUST, if you will. So obviously, when you have game release like this, when you have the all those issue, right, it really kind of like back the question is like, is that even like, if there is human woman right, which again the Westerner who started it, alright, amazingly. And now we have to sit down and think out for ourselves. It's like, who and what caused this whole go back to the old era movement? I think it's like the damn rule again. I mean, like, sure, Westerner people may say that, oh, they are all into so-called latest thing. That is the only fan, whatsoever along the line. Yeah, but games, why must games set a rule along the line? I mean, like, sure, if they want to set PG to game, by all means, go ahead. They want to set a rating on the game, yeah, go ahead. But why is it that when the Eastern game get the rating is always not good, but when the Western review their game, they say, oh, it's a damn good game along the line, and it's even making it even funnier. It's the Westerner, they are the one who, like, when they are the one who bad the game company that is now begging gamers to help when they realize their problem or they come up with ways. I mean, like, I'm not saying that the Westerner are the most issue. When you think about it, it's always like, dude, when a game is what a lot of people like, obviously people would want like a specific thing within the game. It can be like heavy central stuff, it can be having sexy lady along the line. I mean, like, it doesn't need to be that. I mean, like, if you want to include sorry, like, if you really want to include ugly lady or DI or fat lady or fat man along the line, there's nothing wrong with that. Just that when you add only that, the whole damn thing is just basically that only, and saying that, oh, the creating a sexy lady is too hard when the Eastern can do it. Oh, we want to be inclusive, then where's the handsome man and pretty ladies? We want to be diverse, then where are the white? Where are the Asian? Where are the other races? So when they kind of like just shoot themselves in the feet with a huge damn cannon with the word they say, it's really kind of like back the question like, where are we going from here? It's just weird. It's always back to the same thing that I've been saying again and again and again. I'm sure that even like even when they kind of like bat the gamers and then they go and attack the gamers, which is kind of interestingly, because I was like wondering what the hell were they thinking about at this point of time. Or they can just say that, hey, let's burn the gaming industry to the ground. It's really kind of like better question like what were they even thinking? I mean, like, sure, they can be even go to the point of sending cease and desist to anyone just to shut them up, but is that gonna change the whole damn thing? The whole issue always stem from the Western. You no matter how you look at a lot of the noise that I'm talking, it's always the Westerner. I mean, like, sure, there will be cases of some China case or some Japan case, which, yeah, not unheard of, don't get me wrong. But when other country is not more on the free of speech or freedom as US, and yet in US they always say that, oh, we have the freedom, but no freedom for you to do this thing, no freedom for you to do that thing, no freedom to say this, no freedom to create that. Yeah, I really wonder, is the freedom all along in US nothing but a dream? I'm sure a lot of you guys will definitely be commenting below saying that, oh, it was just a dream. I really wish the only dream that we all can wake up is just basically this kind of nightmare where gaming industry seems to be burned to the ground. I'm of the mind that I'm really hope that like, I used to like a lot of Western game. I used to play like Dota. I used to play CS, actual CS itself, Call of Duty, Battlefield, and quite a few other games in the past. But when you have like gaming industry being infected with this kind of parasite, yeah, I think it's fair for me to just say that, yeah, I wouldn't even want to support the game. Even when I used to play Assassin's Creed Shadow. Yeah, I used to play Assassin's Creed Shadow a lot. 1, 2, 3, until 4, which kind of like the story went a bit haywire. Still play a little bit and try it out, and then I stopped. Yeah, I really stopped. It's like the story went nowhere anymore. So at the end of the day, right? I'm sure that a lot of people are saying that maybe it's just the Westerner with their own damn rule. I think it will be a new meme maybe along the line, who knows. But when we sit down and think, is that a lot of like company always try to say that they are catering to the Westerner, but when you sit down and think, it's like, why a lot of Japanese game in the past never make it to the Japan? It's always the Westerner. It always the rule they set for themselves. And now people, with the help of social network, with the help of YouTube, all these things, people are now fully awakened. Ironically, they woke up to understand that all this thing was none other than the rule the Westerners set for themselves. I'm sure some people will be saying that, oh, there is no world. Sure, people will say, no, there is no DI whatsoever along that. I'm sure some sort of A man or whatever man he called himself, trying to say that it was never a thing along the line. Yeah, he can fight with his own other people along the line. I'm not stopping him. But the thing is, right, when you sit down and think about it, a lot of often more than not, the root is always been, it was always there. People just never look at it deeper. And to me, who already knew it long ago, I just never tell anyone. Why would I mean, like, my voice is so damn small. My voice never been spread all around to let people say that, hey, maybe this blue hair old man is saying the right thing, or maybe he's saying logical thing. It's always more that I just take it that I'm just yapping and no one is listening. At least that's what I feel. But at the end of the day, hearing it directly from the creator saying that it was the Westerner, it really does solidify my point of view that I was right all along, that it was the rule that always made a lot of game bad. A lot of Japan game, I'm really hoping they don't listen to the Westerner, they don't cater to the Westerner at this moment of time. Like, I miss the time when Japan really catered just for the Japanese themselves. It's just that when they realize that there is a huge global audience out there, and the one that is now standing in the forefront, stopping Japanese company from reaching the actual audience, is none other than the Westerner themselves. It really kind of like better question, like, who are we going to help at this point of time? I mean, like, for me, I can just go and play the Japanese version and be done with it. I can speak Japanese, I can write Japanese, I can listen to some Japanese. I don't mind playing the original Japanese game. But when you have games, the Westerner, there is potential into this sort of thing, I'm not sure is there even any good suggestion or advice from me. Like, the only advice that I can give to Japanese game creator is that 外人のルールは全部聞かなくていいんです。At least that's what I feel. You don't need to listen to all the rules set by the Westerner. At least that's how I feel. But to the Westerner, when there is like infighting about a group of, like, from how I look at it, right, there is already like a small, I won't say it's small, but I will still use the word small, so understand it's a very, very way of saying is that there is a group of people stopping another group of people from enjoying the full experience of gaming. And if there is a group of people out there saying that they don't mind burning the game industry to the ground, I think we all should be careful. And if the game company saying that, hey, we don't like criticism, but we still bet the gamers to come back, I think they really need to look carefully who are the actual audience, instead of just shouting saying that they are historically accurate or whatsoever along the line. Because I really kind of like thinking that maybe, just maybe, people from the work mind or whatsoever mind that is, or want people to not enjoy game, is already leaking to a lot of company, including the Japanese consultant was turned out to be a super in employees. Yeah, I think at this point of time is maybe the poison is really too deep into the ground that it's gonna take way longer to remove them at this point of time. But hey, I mean, like, I'm so sorry that I'm kind of like a bit depressing with my voice, but you can't blame me for having a sick voice, right? But anyway, at the end of the day, all the video and source or post or whatever tweet, I put all the link in the description below. If you guys want to check them out, go and check them out. Especially here's some video and rest some video. But anyway, at the end of the day, whatever I said today, nearing 25 minutes, whatever I said is technically my speculative thought. It's just a random chat. So if you have your own thought, your own view, your own take, write in the comment below. We can discuss it further. But till then, if you do like this video, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe for more random chat. But at the end of the day, I hope you guys have a nice day or night. And don't be sick. Stay healthy. Bye.